Captain, we're having some problems here with some Klingons.
What's going on? Beat me up, buddy. Wow, just easy with that console. What's going on? You need to take some training on that stuff, huh?
Sounds good. Today we're talking about science fiction and fantasy films.
And visual effects.
For Star Trek lovers, there's a second season coming for the Star Trek Picard series. It's a television series starring the brilliant actor of Stewart. Yeah, it'll be on Paramount Plus in the United States, the Science Fiction Channel here in Canada, and Amazon Plus in the UK.
So what's so good about it, the Enterprise ship?
The secondary role for the effects, although they're very great as well, like the shape of the ship, the Enterprise. What I'm looking forward to is in the second season, they're going to have more guest stars. So Whoopi Goldberg's returning as the character of Guinan, and John Delancey is returning as Q.
Also, let me show you a real visual effects film.
Go for
right
it.
Here. Fictional as well. The Matrix 4 just came out. Cool, you know The Matrix? Are you a fan of The Matrix?
I'm a huge fan of the Matrix
Morpheus?
series.
Did you feel that
Watch
you
them
were,
all.
Did you feel that you were the one?
He is the one.
No, I did not feel like I was the one. I am the one. Morpheus, I need an exit.
What are you doing?
Nothing. We're like number 2.
Okay, so The Matrix came out, amazing film. Matrix 4, 3, 2, 1, Animatrix.
Yep.
And underneath all that would be the influence from Japanese animation.
Right.
So let's go all the way back to the movie Akira. Pretty amazing and strong sequence on someone who escapes a hospital.
Brilliant effects, right?
Yeah, like when you saw that sequence at the beginning, what do you think?
You know, this is again one of those visual storytelling films where it just sucks you in, and it was very powerful. I remember seeing it at least a year before it came out here in North America.
Right.
And
Right.
we all loved it, right? We didn't know anything about it. We actually had to watch it with subtitles.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen Akira, it's a must see. Especially because it's all pencil and paper, and I say that because I'm the CG guy.
How's that shot going?
Okay, boss, I can't get it done. I only have 4 computers.
You're gonna have to get more creative.
I need more computer power. Seriously? Pencil and paper? What am I supposed to do with that? At least an extra mouse. And when you have all these computers and computer power, and you see that someone on the other part of the globe, they're doing something like that, it's just mind-blowing. And if you compare that to the final scene, okay, so you're gonna see a lot of the influence from Japanese animation that the Wachowski brothers would study and inject that influence into the film.
Yep.
Same energy, right? Same strength, same explosions, and all this like spiritual thing about going on that you can do something with your mind.
It's affecting his environment.
There you go. I know that you feel like you're the one. Easy with that console right there.
There we go.
Easy with that.
So the second thing I want to talk about, guys, is this computer animated TV series for Star Trek. And it's not the first time Star Trek has been animated. This is the third time, actually. What I like is that Kate Mulgrew is returning as Catherine Janeway, okay? She played the captain on the Star Trek Voyager series. I also noticed that Kate McFadden had a guest starring role again as Beverly Crusher.
Yeah, so Star Trek, for instance, has been never stopped the production in any way. Like they have movies, they have episodes, like TV series, now animated stuff.
Almost 50 years it's been
50
ongoing,
years.
right? Since the mid-60s.
So what do you like so much about it? Like, is it Spock? The Enterprise? What was it?
Well, brilliant characters, but besides that, I thought the stories were very engaging, right? They were always trying to tell moral stories.
And Discovery, what was far away in the galaxy.
Right, that everything's going to be good in the future.
All right, back to me. Keep on going with the Matrix. So they revolutionized a lot of the things in the visual effects industry, but I'm going to speak about another thing. That would be the morphing sequences, right? So when you see the morphs from the agents when they somehow like infiltrate the bodies, right? That's a new type of morph back in those days. If you go to Michael Jackson's music video, it's black or white, you can see what PDI was a studio before DreamWorks. And they developed this technology to do morphing, right? The illusion of morphing. The idea with that is that the actors, they need to be like full front facing the camera. And they would place points on the eyes, the brows, the mouth, and every time the actor would look to the camera, morph. But again, go back to the Matrix.
PDI, what's that stand for?
Pacific Data Images.
They were like groundbreaking effects house.
You know, those are the guys that brought you the beginning of Trek and the Ants movie.
Okay, moving on. My last story is talking about new film that's being done by Guillermo del Toro. Is that right?
Now, what did you say? What was that?
Guillermo del Toro.
Say it with me. Guillermo.
Guillermo. Now, he's making this dark stop-motion feature film based on Pinocchio. It's being done for Netflix. It's coming out this December, 2022. I really love his pictures, right? He does great fantasy. Previously, he's done things like Hellboy, the first two, and The Shape of Water. It's based on designs of an artist called Briss Grimley. And it was for a book in 2002, the Pinocchio book, right?
Right.
It's the first time Guillermo is being an animation director. Okay, they set up a studio in Portland, Oregon.
Next to Laika.
Well, Laika's there, yeah. And I actually read that Laika is hiring a ton of people right now, right? That's where the stop motion people are in North America.
It's almost like the city that you want to be a stop motion animator would be Portland.
Right.
For instance, like Guillermo, he says, or any of these amazing directors, they say, I want to make something that was made before. Is this just a new angle in Pinocchio? You're going to see Pinocchio and Geppetto?
Usually these versions of Pinocchio that you're seeing are very upbeat. And he's going to make it much darker. I think it's being set during a very dark time, just before the Second World War. And the book actually was a very dark story. I remember, if I'm remembering correctly, that Jiminy Cricket dies in like the first half page that he's introduced. So, very dark storytelling.
So with Guillermo's imagination, it's going to be a must-watch.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Awesome. Back to me. Let's close this thing with going back to the Matrix. A lot of visual effects and iconic shots, and we'll be closing this with the bullet time sequence. You can play that for the audience, and this is the sequence that after we saw this movie, right? Many of the other movies were mimicking that same effect.
Oh yeah.
Right?
We all loved it.
When you saw that film or that sequence, what did you think? It was like,
I've never seen anything like it. So it's adding to the visual language of filmmaking, and everybody rushed to put it in their films.
Yeah, timing is so perfect. Like when the bullet just gets shot and then they slow down the camera. Back in those days, John Gaeta, that's your hero right there. He's awesome.
John, say John with me.
John. So that Guillermo. So you can see the plate on the CG, that's all CG, and then how they position cameras precisely at slightly different angles.
Yeah, hundreds of cameras.
Exactly, and they just took one photo, like every camera simultaneously, right? And at the end they play from one camera to the other one, that's what you see. So this camera movement in combination with slow motion, it was from this day onwards an iconic shot.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, guys.
Awesome.
Ready to beam out?
Was out.